What's up guys, it's Banu here from Android.com. This is the all-new Huawei P40 Pro. So I've actually been using this smartphone for a few days now, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you guys my full review of the P40 Pro. Let's talk the good and the bad, and let's decide whether you should pick up this smartphone. If you guys are new to my channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button right now for more awesome tech videos just like this one. And let's go ahead and start talking about Huawei's latest P40 Pro right here in Sri Lanka. Before I get started with the review, I want to let you guys know about my unboxing video as well as the other video I made about making this phone complete with Google services by installing the Google Play services along with the Google Play Store. I have dedicated videos on those. I'll have links to them down below in the description. So definitely go ahead and check them out if you pick up a P40 device, because you're definitely gonna find it useful. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and start talking about my experience with the P40 Pro. Let's start talking about my experience about the P40 Pro first by talking about the design. So here I have the gold color version of the P40 Pro, and I think it looks pretty nice. I think for a girl this color would be more suitable, but Huawei also has other color options if you like to pick from them. What I like about the design is the fact that this also has a frosted matte finish to the back of it. If I had to pick between the frosted matte back of the OnePlus 8 and 8 Pro and the Huawei P40 Pro, I think I might be leaning a bit towards the OnePlus 8 and 8 Pro, because I felt like that was a bit more matte, and I think that device size was perfect for the hand. The Huawei P40 Pro on the other hand is a slightly bigger device, and the matte finish at the back, the first time when I held it, I took it to my hand, I felt like even though it's a matte glass back, for some reason it felt like plastic to me. So after I used it for a while, I got used to it, but that was my initial experience with the back of the P40 Pro. However, it looks quite nice in this gold color, and the cameras at the back of this phone just stand out, and the Huawei logo underneath the glass looks quite nice. This design overall reminds me quite a lot of last year's Huawei P30 Pro, which I've already reviewed right here on my channel. So in case you guys want to check that out as well, I have a link for it down below. Even though the back of the P40 Pro reminds me of the P30 Pro, the front of it surely doesn't remind me of the P30 Pro, because the dewdrop notch that we had with the P30 Pro is now gone, and now we have a dual cutout on the left hand side for all the sensors, as well as the selfie camera and a depth sensor. When I first saw this notch, I thought that it might actually obstruct what I'm doing on the screen and it might distract me, but after using it for a while, I don't really feel that way. I think it overall fades into the experience. Let's say for an example, when I'm watching a video, it automatically gets hidden because it's already in the side, or when I'm playing a game like this, the camera cutout automatically gets hidden. So that didn't bother me too much, but I really can't wait to see the future where we won't have any type of notch at the front of the phone for the camera, with under display cameras coming into play. So I'm really looking forward to that. Now when talking about the front of the smartphone, what's most interesting about the P40 Pro is its display. It looks quite nice, quite crispy, and what's awesome this time is that Huawei has upgraded to a smoother 90Hz display on the P40 Pro. Definitely not smooth as the 120Hz display that we find on the OnePlus 8 Pro as well as the S20 lineup, but it's somewhat of an upgrade because we are still getting 90Hz. In the time that I tested the phone, the display felt quite responsive, and no matter what I did on the display, it felt smooth. I really had a good time watching some YouTube videos as well as some shows on Netflix, because I was able to install the Google Play Store like I mentioned using the tutorial that I shared with you guys, which is linked down below in the description. So because of that, I was able to get the maximum out of this phone. However, something that I didn't like with the P40 Pro is the mono speaker that we have here at the bottom. We don't get stereo speakers here, and I think that was one of the cons that I faced during my experience. I think Huawei might be having some technical difficulties getting dual speakers because at the front of the phone we don't really have a earpiece speaker here, because Huawei is using an under display earpiece here just like they did last year with the P30. So overall, if Huawei can improve on the speakers next time around, I think that would be quite good. However, for right now the speaker volume is good, but when I started playing heavy games, sometimes I felt the sound was just too one-sided, if you know what I mean. Huawei has also included the in-display fingerprint scanner here on the P40 Pro, and I think it's really nice that it's there, because especially these days when you head out with a mask on, the face unlock will not work. So in those circumstances, it's really nice to have that fingerprint option on this phone. Next up, let's talk about the performance of the P40 Pro, because it's packing the latest Kirin 990 processor, which is a 5G capable SoC that Huawei has gone with here. And I think the performance is quite good, especially after I got in the Google Play Store and I was able to install some awesome games. I was able to really push this phone to its limits and enjoy my experience. I think Huawei has done a good job with the overall performance, and I think the 90Hz refresh rate adds to the experience here, especially as a person who has used Huawei's P30 Pro as well as Huawei's Mate 30 Pro from last year. I think the P40 Pro really adds to the experience with that smoother screen. Hopefully the Mate 40 coming later this year will pack even smoother 120Hz display to take things up a notch even further. Now when I do a review on a Huawei phone these days, the main question people ask me is, should I buy this phone because it doesn't have any type of Google services? Will that be a problem? So Huawei actually has built this phone based around Huawei's app gallery and the thousands of apps that they are bringing into the platform, and they are actually focusing on the Huawei ecosystem. So if you are already in the Huawei ecosystem, this phone really makes sense. However, if you're not already in the Huawei ecosystem and if you want to get into it, I personally would strongly suggest you to go ahead with the Google Play Store and have that, and also try the apps that are available on Huawei's app gallery as well, so that you have a balanced experience overall. Because it's going to be, because I understand that it's a hassle to set up all the applications without the Play Store on your device if you have to just use app gallery. And like for an example, with services like YouTube or Netflix, having a browser shortcut on the display won't really cut it for everyone. So those are little things that you can fix easily by installing the Google Play Store onto your device if it comes to that. If you're a power user, I think you should definitely go for that option. If you're not a power user and if you just want the basic applications, yes, you can install everything without Google Play Store using different options. I actually have made a separate video on Huawei HMS and how all of this comes into play and all the methods that you can get applications onto your device. I'll have a card for it right here, as well as a link down below in the description if you guys are interested in checking out more about HMS and what this whole thing is all about. Anyway, my experience with the P40 Pro was positive, especially because I was able to install the Google Play Store to get all of my applications onto this phone. So if I had to say something about my experience before the Play Store, it was slightly incomplete, because truth be told, I missed some of my favorite applications on the device. But after I got in the Google Play Store, and once I had access to the Google Play services, once I got access to maps, when I got applications like Uber up and running, Netflix, YouTube, and all of my favorite applications up and running on this phone really became complete. So if you are thinking about this phone, definitely you might have to upgrade to the Play Store if the need comes for that. So have that in mind before you pick up this phone. Next up, let's start talking about the battery life. I think the battery overall on the P40 Pro has been quite positive, like previous Huawei flagship smartphones, and overall what I still like on this phone is the amazing fast charging capabilities that this phone packs. I really don't have to charge this overnight. I can just charge it in the morning when I get up, because in the time that I plug in after I get up and go and have a wash and come back, the phone is already quite full, so that is really nice. And this time Huawei has also baked in 27-watt wireless fast charging, and we also get reverse wireless charging on this, so you can charge any of your other accessories or any secondary phone that you might be having just by using your phone as a wireless charger. So that's still nice. Those are convenient features that we still get on this. In the time that I used this phone, Huawei also pushed out some updates. So in the updates that I got, I think it added some new improvements, and hopefully down the line Huawei will be able to add in more features to enhance the experience as well as overall improve the experience of this phone. Why the Google Play Store matters to me so much is because I'm tied into the Google ecosystem heavily. I use Google Photos to back up all of my photos across all of the devices that I use, as well as all of the Google services, not only for my personal life but also for my work related instances. So it's very important for me to have that ecosystem built into the phone. Even on my iPhone, I don't really use any of the Apple stuff. Even on the Mac, I don't really use any of the Apple stuff. I always try to use a Google alternative service to get all of my work done. So that's why it's important to have that on the device. So once I got the Google Play Store, I think that void was definitely filled. When talking about the software, I like the fact that Huawei still has baked in some nice features into EMUI 10 this time around, with air gestures and some other little features which I will be talking about in my tips video coming right here on Android Dollar. So I will detail all of those awesome features that Huawei has baked into the software in that video, so that this video won't be too long. Next, let's start talking about the most important feature of the P40 Pro that will make you really want to buy this phone, and that is the camera. The P40 Pro has a fabulous camera at the back, and it's able to capture some really nice shots. Not only during daytime but even in nighttime, it's able to capture some stunning shots. The camera experience is really good, but you have to sometimes be a bit patient to get the best shots. There's no point of me just talking about the camera without showing you camera samples. First, let me share with you some camera samples, and then let's go ahead and start talking about what I think about the photos and the videos shot with the P40 Pro. As you guys can see, some of the shots have so much detail, and I like the fact that I have the option of 50 times digital zoom on this. It's definitely not as awesome as the 100 times zoom with the S20 Ultra, but still that's something. And I remember how much I enjoyed shooting 50 times digital zoom pictures last year with the P30 Pro. With the P30 Pro, Huawei has included optical as well as artificial intelligence driven image stabilization to improve even the videos, and 4K videos at 60 frames per second still look quite awesome. I also like the bokeh that the P40 Pro was able to produce in the pictures that I shot. Even in some of the portrait mode shots, it was quite evident. Another thing that I liked about the P40 Pro's camera experience is that it had all the camera modes that I wanted directly built into the camera. My favorite one is the underwater mode that Huawei has built in, which I want all of the other manufacturers also to bake in, because it's so much easier to shoot underwater pictures using the phone thanks to that mode. And also, when talking about the camera experience, Huawei's Master AI mode is still here, which you can enable or disable if you want. or if not, you also have so many options to configure on this phone that you can go ahead and definitely play around with. And also there is a pro mode for photos as well as videos, like in previous generation Huawei flagships. So definitely the camera experience on this is quite positive. Let me know by dropping a comment down below what you guys think about the camera performance of the P40 Pro after checking out the camera samples that I shared with you guys. I would definitely love to hear what you guys have to say about the snaps that I shot with the P40 Pro. Now let's come into the summary and let's start talking about whether you should actually pick up the Huawei P40 Pro. Well, it's like this. If you're already tied into the Huawei ecosystem, I think the P40 Pro will make a lot of sense. If you especially have a Huawei laptop and Huawei earbuds, Huawei watch and all of that, if you're already in the ecosystem, this phone will already make a lot of sense to you. But if you are not already in the ecosystem and if you are going to consider this phone, then you need to definitely think about whether you are ready to install Google Play Store and whether you will actually need the Google Play Store in the first place. Once you get that sorted out, the next thing you need to think about the options that Huawei has this time around with the P series, because they have the P40, P40 Pro, which I have over here, and also another model called the Huawei P40 Pro Plus, which is the true flagship model, which looks even more awesome than the P40 Pro that I have over here. So far I've not heard about the official pricing of the P40 Pro right here in Sri Lanka, so I'm not able to comment on whether this phone might really be valuable to you guys for the price that you pay. But when I think about this phone and all of the other phones that this phone competes with, especially the OnePlus 8 Pro, the Galaxy S20 Plus and the Galaxy S20 Ultra, which might be slightly more expensive and might be more suitable to compare to the Huawei P40 Pro Plus and all of the other smartphones that are coming into play in 2020, this phone really has a lot of competition, and without the Google Play Store, definitely it's a bit difficult to recommend. However, if you consider this phone with the Play Store as a complete package, I think this phone really is able to get the job done. Hopefully all of a sudden the Play Store won't stop working or all of the Google services won't stop working. That happened to me once last time when I was using the Mate 30 Pro. However, that was fixed within a few days. Hopefully that won't happen with the P40 Pro. So far my experience has been good. I will definitely keep you guys posted on that on social media. I am at Android Dollar. All the links are given down below in the description if you want to stay up to date on the latest tech news. Well guys, with that we come to the end of my full review of the Huawei P40 Pro. Let me know what you guys think about the phone after the experience that I shared with you guys, and let me know whether you might actually go ahead and pick one of these up. Stay tuned to androidhour.com for the latest from the tech world, and if you still haven't subscribed to me right here on YouTube, definitely do so. If not, you will be missing out on awesome exclusive videos just like this right here in Sri Lanka. So definitely smash that subscribe button and hit on that notification bell icon to be one of the first people to see when I drop a video right here on YouTube. Well guys, with all of that, let's bring this video to a close. Share this video if you found it useful. And until I see you guys in my next video, this is Banu signing out.